There's some bumper music. Can you hear it, buddy?
Yeah. That I can. Can you hear me?
Yes. It says we're live.
Blah. ¿Cómo estás? Poquito personas.
Poquito dos personas.
Today we'll be talking about Deportes. ESPN Deportes.
ESPN Deportes.
Correct.
Let's go back to OBS. I'm tech guy.
My papa, mama.
It's my cam.
Me. You.
AKA Chicken Wing. Tech guy.
Chicken Wing.
Legend Dutch Chattahoochee.
Chicken Wing owes me $20 and I'm never going to get.
Chicken Wing. Sound is always an issue. It shall be today. Episode 46.
The official home of the, I don't know. Who are we the official home of? I don't know.
Fried chicken nuggets.
Larry's auto body shop and repair.
I'll give you a factoid since we're the home of chicken nuggets. The Chicken McNugget. This is the kind of facts people want while they tune in. Why I talk too much. Trying to work on that. Chicken McNuggets were stolen by McDonald's from a Chinese restaurant it was in the Midwest somewhere. I can't remember. It was in Ohio. The guy that invented cashew chicken. You ever go to a Chinese restaurant? Get they got different General Tso cashew chicken.
I usually get the same shit, but I know I've had it before. Yeah.
Have you seen that on your menu?
Yeah, I know what it is.
They do not have. If you go to China, there is no cashew chicken. They don't know what you're talking about.
Well, a lot of the fucking Asian restaurants we have here are like Tex-Mex versions of Asian restaurants. You know.
There's a very interesting movie.
You know what I mean?
Called it's something General Tso's Chicken. I don't know. It's on like Vizio free. Anyway.
So that's an American thing.
Yeah, I don't really have baseball related. I have more chicken nugget related stuff, but
shout out to Trey Roberts Fried Chicken.
Trey Roberts Fried Chicken.
It's my favorite place.
Dutch Chattahoochee put together an excellent film. This man right here, this legend right here.
You can see me on the camera right there. I usually do this right here, but I don't know.
That's it. But this dude, so like Chinese came to America and they were dealing with discrimination and issues in the labor market. So one thing they could do was start their restaurants, and they were not prohibited from starting their own stuff. So they did that, but they had to Americanize a lot of dishes so that people would like them. And this dude invented cashew chicken in the Midwest, and the McDonald's showed up. It says, "Show us how you do that cashew chicken, there, guy." And they're like, it sounds like you want it for free, McDonald's. And like, no, just show us. Let's just show us how you're doing this little chicken dish here without these bones. These little nuggets without these bones. How are you doing that? And they're like, I don't know. This is kind of how we do it, but we don't really show you because you're like, seems like you're asking for info. Next year, guess what comes out? Chicken flippin' McNuggets.
Well, just like the guy who bought McDonald's, that guy's a fucking asshole. But because he bought that McDonald's from those two brother guys, and like he never gave them their.
Did you see the movie, The Founder?
Yeah. So like.
Michael Keaton's great.
What is it called? Royalties. Like he never gave them their royalties because like the royalty agreement was like a handshake. He goes, "Oh yeah, I will pay you your royalties, no problem." Fucking what's his name? Ray Kroc.
Ray Kroc.
More like Ray Cock. Ha ha.
Screwed him over.
Yeah.
Screwed him over.
Fucked him up, man.
That's the Dutch Chattahoochee bumper. All right, you want some more bumper into your segments, into your segs?
Sure.
Let's see what I got.
I think 6 was a closer.
You like that one?
Oh, this is the ones from last week, right? The song we picked.
Freshen it up.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
There's that guy. There's this guy. That's how good of a sound tech I am. Oh snap! That's hardcore.
Yeah,
that's our outro. I love that for the outro. And then we got this one. Oh, this is the gospel. I do like the gospel. We'll go with this one. Get into some Dutch Chattahoochee.
I feel like this segment should be called Tootin' Around.
Tootin' Around with Dutch Chattahoochee.
Let me tell a story that my dad told me.
Proprietor of baseball information. I'd have been so. I kind of should have been. I mean, I was born in Seattle, but I should have been born in the South somewhere.
Well, I was born in Kentucky, Bluegrass State, back when I was 12. My dad, let's not get into that right now. But like, what do you mean your dad? Well, Kentucky's known for a lot of shit.
Hunter S. Thompson, Johnny Depp.
He's from Kentucky?
Sters.
That guy's fucking weird.
Johnny Depp had a great run, though.
Like, when he talks, he tries to talk all smart, like he's British, and talk all low. My dude, just fucking speak. Use your mouth. He's like, hey, I'm Johnny Depp. How about?
He had such a good run, though. I give him credit for the run. If you get that rich and that successful, you're going to get weird.
I'm not knocking on his acting career.
Oh, yeah.
But when he's just kind of weird.
I'm agreeing with that.
And like he has those commercials, dude, with the fucking like perfume and the guitars. He's just doing these awful riffs that sound awful.
Oh, I missed that. It sounds like golden.
No.
That sounds golden.
He plays guitar and he plays in some band, but from what I've seen, me personally, I don't think it's that great. You know, I feel like an average dude could pick up a guitar and play what he plays, but because he's a celebrity, they're like, he's so good. And like, well, so is Don down the street, but you don't hear me fucking talking about him.
He's really good. You know who else is really good?
Who's that?
These guys right here that are going to show up on your screen.
ATG?
Yeah, you know why it's upside down?
All the Gnomes.
I have no idea why it's upside down. We're doing dry runs in Seguin, and shit just started getting haywire. Our scoreboard from last year screwed up, and images just started showing up in reverse and upside down, but I like it.
Your laptop is haunted, dude. All the gnomes, man. All the gnomes. No, dude, all the ghosts. ATG, all the ghosts.
All the ghosts.
They're fucking coming for us, dude. We gotta hide.
There's those guys.
But we can't hide from ghosts because they'll follow us everywhere we go.
We watched 161 before the show to prepare our minds. Watched a little bit of MILB Hat Billy. Wherever that is.
This song reminds me of some guy just in the background. Anyway, yeah.
But anyway, legends of the game, love what they're doing, and we'll go from there.
So I have this fake company called Grandpappy's Ginger Ale.
Yeah.
And this is definitely the theme song for it. Come on up to Kentucky and get yourself some Grandpappy's Ginger Ale. Fresh since 1909 or some shit.
Grandpappy's Ginger Ale. I'd buy it.
That's what my dad drank. My dad was a huge
I'm trying to get off the White Lightning. Oh, shit. I fucked that up.
Well, Grandpappy's Ginger Ale will make you feel like you're drinking White Lightning.
Grandpappy's one?
Their slogan is, it ain't moonshine, but shit strong. So. Can you imagine if that was your slogan for your company? Shit strong.
We're just moving this all around. I don't even know what it looks like on YouTube. If there's any listeners out there, which there may or may not be, let us know.
Samantha's listening.
Samantha, how does it sound? Miss Raymond, the legend.
She's like, it sounds so good right now. All right.
All right. I'll fade you out and let you take it away.
Grandpappy's Ginger Ale. Also, this
sponsored by Grandpappy's Ginger Ale and Monster. Let's get it on you here.
Monster, if you're listening.
Oh, dude, it's on your face. Yeah. It's kind of cool, but no. I just moved the whole thing.
Monster, if you are listening right now, and I'm sure you are.
Goodness gracious.
I love your product, and I would love to be a spokesperson for it.
There we go.
Because I would represent your company well with respect and knowledge of the product. That would definitely push your product into the future. I graduated from Princeton without honors, but I graduated.
I thought you made honors.
No, I refused them. I didn't want to be like the. I didn't want to be like the smart crowd, so you had
a falling out with one of the professors.
Correct.
You proved his theorem wrong.
I said, look, man, pi is not 3.14. It's actually 5.27. I can't explain to you why, but you just have to trust me on this.
Like I was a dick anyway. You're right.
Yeah, he didn't like Grandpappy Ginger Ale either.
They don't like it when you challenge him in the Ivy Leagues.
He also called Grandpappy a fucking asshole, which was out of line. But anyway, it's not the point anymore. You know
I got so many. I don't know if you can see this on the little reticle there, but I have so many like little squares that I can't size them. I click on them and then I just end up moving the wrong thing around. But anyway, I think it's like a visual effect. Like it does. I wonder if it looks like that in the video. Like see it.
It does, yeah.
That's crazy. Need to come up with better fades. I like it when they do the crazy filters that they got on ETG. I don't know if we can do that.
Yeah.
See if we can add a filter. Should we add a filter?
Sure. Why not?
Oh, no.
It went black.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, you can see on the live stream thing. You can see the logo moving all crazy.
Filter. Add a audio video effect filters. Let's do that. Which one do you want me to try there, bud?
Do color key.
Color key?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you can adjust the contrast and opacity.
Oh, I don't know if I want that. I want some weird one though.
Well, if you change the gamma and put it all the way down, it'll make it look weird as shit. Or all the way up.
Like this? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Makes it look dark.
I guess so. Close. That's that one.
But
I like it.
All right. Well then. Should we start talking about some shit or what?
Yeah, throw something out there.
All right. Let's do some small talk on a couple people.
Okay. Small talk.
Two guys, Trevor Bauer, Cody Bellinger, both kind of starting to struggle. Trevor Bauer's fucking up. He had a good No, because so he had a first good start with the team, and then after that he kind of messed up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing else to say that he's fucking up.
There's no other way to sugarcoat that, folks.
He's messing up.
Let's look up Trevor Bauer baseball reference.
And so what they did was, in Japan, they sent him down to their minor leagues, and they called it an adjustment start. Like, hey, you need
That's such a kind
you
terminology.
Yeah, it's like you need some adjustments. You need to figure your shit out. We're paying you to be here, and you're not doing well.
Get the Japanese league. So let's take a look at.
And so his first start in the minor, when he went down to the minors, he gave up a home run to the first batter he
Yokohama.
faced.
I guess that's this one. These two. These. Where is it? He has 15 innings pitched. I don't know which one this one is. This is the Central League. So this is his minor league stats. He's got 23. He's been down there longer. Oh, no, he had a warm-up start down there, too.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
So
So he's been down there, and then he went back down there.
He's played 3 games, started 3 games, and yeah. So his earned run average shot up to almost 9. So he's given up some runs. And because I read Japanese so well, I can read his site without translating to English.
Let's see.
But
that's crazy.
That's not good.
Base Stars.
He's
Mr. Nakatomi is going to send him to work in a factory. Honestly, if we can.
This guy, he's okay. So he's not gonna. Okay, MLB teams are gonna look at this guy. I'm like, yeah, you're definitely not coming back.
You're not coming back. You could go to.
I mean, unless he figures it out, right?
I'll say this though, right? So you're a former Cy Young guy. You did MPB. You're kind of getting rocked there. You could still. And not that KBO is bad, but he can bounce. He can do the full tour. He can go CPBL. You can go KBO. So you'll take a chance on him. But yeah, it's not going well. Not going well for Trevor.
But I mean, he has the name, so he'll get an opportunity somewhere else. Maybe Mexico. I don't know.
Damn,
somewhere.
dude, he was a first rounder out of UCLA, 3rd overall.
Yeah.
That's how much they believed in this dude.
He was teammates with Garrett Cole too, and they had a little feud. Him and Garrett Cole.
It was the Diamondbacks. He was a first rounder for the D-backs. Let's see who you took before Trevor Bauer and who you took after, and if you look genius now. Do we want to do that?
Sure. I mean, at this point, he won a Cy Young, so clearly he knows how to pitch. But dude, he was out of the game for 2 years. That kind of fucked with him.
So you took Garrett Cole before him.
His teammate.
You look smart there.
His teammate. They don't like each other.
Oh, that's right. They do hate each other's guts. But Garrett Cole's kind of a weird, prickly guy, too, so I don't know.
They're both assholes.
Danny Holdson, Mariners. Classic Mariners pick. I've never even heard of him. Let's look at Danny Holdson. He's still in the show? Is he in the show this year?
Doesn't look like it.
No, that was classic Mariners first rounder. I'm going to give golf clap for the Mariners on your second overall pick in $6 million there. So you got D-backs here. You got Anthony Rendon.
Not bad.
Rice.
Not bad.
Rendon to me is kind of crazy that he was far and away a first rounder. 6th overall. I mean, he was good at Rice, but I don't know. He wasn't one of these guys that was some sort of physical Adonis. He was just a great baseball player. Lindor. Javi Baez. Springer. CJ Cron. See any other superstars in here? Matt Barnes.
No, I don't.
There you go. Well, that's the Trevor Bauer draft. Danny Holtzen, no disrespect, but you probably would be in the Hall of Fame if you got drafted like 4th by the Orioles. But the Mariners, they curse you.
He would be undefeated.
Yeah.
Still.
I like the Trevor Bauer take. Is there any other, like, can you do, like, Google Translate on just, like,
dude,
Trevor Bauer news?
A lot of the Trevor Bauer haters, which I hate using that word, but they hate him. And
I'm scared to like him too much.
I like him. I don't give I don't give a fuck. Like, he's an asshole, but I like him as a player, so
Yeah.
I whatever. But like the people that don't like him are like, oh, this is awesome. He's fucking up. Okay, like, relax. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like the Blue Jays, man. They were talking shit like, oh, we beat you guys 21-1, and we came back and beat their ass, and they can shut up. But like, you know what I mean?
All these people are haters right here. Heartwarming. He's getting lit up.
Yeah,
we're here for the Schadenfreude.
They're
He's gonna
stoked.
eat and crow.
They're stoked.
I don't know. I mean, it goes back to our Trevor Bauer episode, but it is
Yeah.
it is what we said, in the sense that essentially, folks, it's a he said, she said. I swear to God, if you act like you know what
I swear to
that
God.
person, that gal, like her side of the story, because I'm not a Trevor Bauer fan, but I think there's 2 sides of that story, so it is what it is.
You know,
And
he's
you can convict him in the court of public opinion, but you weren't there, so I don't really know what happened, but yeah.
he'll be all right. I think he'll come back and do well. Let him kind of get back into playing, because he's been out of baseball for 2 years. Has probably playing competitively.
Yeah.
Competitively, I can't speak. English isn't my first language.
How old is he? What's his?
I don't know, dude.
Let's look at what.
I'm gonna take I'm gonna guess. He's
Okay.
like. I'm gonna guess he's 31, 30.
See,
Something like
that's not. That doesn't. According to the saber nerdery that I live with.
How old is he?
Where's age? 32.
Oh, that was close.
Saber nerdery would say that is a bad place to be.
Well, yeah,
with
that's
mileage on your arm. It's all downhill from here, folks.
But he has a good YouTube channel, which is kind of cool. So I mean, he has that, you know.
It's those momentum guys.
Yeah. So
I root for the king of JUCO. I'll tell you that.
he's not bad. He's cool. But I feel like Trevor Bauer, his
There it
career, I feel like is going to be over pretty soon.
You could be right on that. But
His
let's
career-
look at his salaries.
His career is going to go. Ready for this? Kaboom!
77
I stole that
million.
line, by the way.
From who?
ATG, the video they did recently with his, I guess her daughter, where she was like, "Kaboom! It's beer."
Yeah, you know, Trevor Bauer, he could get work on the campaign for Ken Phelps. He'd just be like, door to door knocking, like
Ken
vote,
Phelps
vote for
helps.
Ken Phelps.
He'll
Ken
help.
helps.
And
Love
God damn
ATG.
it, that's the funniest thing I've heard. But yeah.
All right, that's the Bauer check, and I like it. He's from North Hollywood. What does that mean?
He's from North Hollywood. That's what it means.
You're like the high school that like Steve Martin, all these movie stars went to. I don't know. All right,
Jason said he's 33, pitcher old. Yeah, he's definitely getting up there. Because isn't like in your 30s where you start to decline in MLB? Isn't that what they say, right? That's kind of where you start hitting your decline.
Honestly, the Sabre course says pitchers basically go downhill from the second they're born. Like whatever you like, I guess it's like college. Like once you're drafted, they feel like your velocity. And this is again taking all MLB players and then graphing out like their pitch data. It's just down. Strasburg. Everybody's just like, you threw 101 at San Diego State. Well, it's going to be 100 now. Now it's going to be 98.
Well, yeah, you've put a lot of
so it's like
knowledge on your arm.
that's great that you're getting these 100 mile an hour guys. I think you need to start drafting the Jamie Moyers of the world first round.
I will say, what's his face? The guy you just mentioned, the guy from San Diego State.
Oh, Strasburg.
He's a perfect example of what happens when you put a lot of mileage on your arm early.
They manage the innings, but I mean, you just can't throw 100 forever.
Yeah.
Except for what's his name? Chapman.
Dude, I heard that his velocity's coming back.
That's what they say.
I was reading this little article that someone posted. I forgot where I saw it at, but yeah, they're saying that he might be back in terms of velocity.
So you can throw 100 forever and be a clubhouse issue if you're a Roldis Chaplin, but
That's what it was, right? He's on the Royals, I think, right now.
yeah, he's a huge dude.
Yeah. I mean, they only have 15 wins, so they can use any help they can get right now.
All right, I like that. I
Hey.
like that piece right there.
But
I like
You know-
that. I'll give you some transition move. You're going to roll over to Belly, but we can talk Bauer, talk his agent. We can talk Japan. We can talk Mr. Nakatomi, how he still is in contact with us, but he doesn't golf as much.
well,
But he
he's
still throws clubs.
ever since he went to go visit Bauer in North Hollywood, he's changed, man. He thinks he's a Hollywood guy now.
Here's what I'll say about Mr. Nakatomi.
I don't like it, honestly.
Private jets and signing Bauer and everything he's doing with the D-Not Bay Stars. I think, and tell me, I don't know much about golf. I don't know how much you know. I think there's like a club limit, right, that you can have in your bag. I don't know what it is, but you can't have like 50 clubs in there. You're going to have like go in there with like 12 clubs or whatever. And you pick what those are before the tournament, depending on what you know about the course. Nakatomi must go out there with about 35 fucking clubs, and he throws about 10 of them into the woods.
All I know about golf is you hit this ball into a hole. That's all I know. I don't know literally shit about golf.
That's all I know is he's throwing clubs.
I do know there's like
into the woods.
Each hole you get like a certain amount of strokes, I guess, to get it in. But I mean, I don't.
He's not counting. He's like 4. He's like par every time.
They're like, hey, this hole you should be able to get in 5 shots. It takes him 10 because he throws his clubs and hits it in the water and everything else.
Just keep your head on a swivel when you're playing golf with Mr. Nakatomi.
Agree.
Because there's going to be a club flying after and he won't count that stroke either. So
I've never been to his house because he doesn't want me to go.
I don't know if it was his house or his penthouse or whatever we went to in Osaka, but that was pimp. He was only there for like 10 minutes, and then I was just like staring at his personal assistant for an hour looking at stats. So
I was told that like his house is dirty, but I think one dish being in the sink isn't considered dirty.
All I can tell people is if he's your friend, you got to mate.
He did buy me a case of whatever I wanted at the store. Any kind of soda I wanted or anything. He's like, I'll buy you a whole case. Any expense that I want, he gives it to me.
97.9 the cat.
I asked for a pair, like a new camera. He's like, yeah, dude, I got you. He even went out with me one time. We bought some weed together.
Mr. Nakatomi?
Yeah, he has security. So
in Japan or the U.S.?
I'm not going to say where.
Oh, okay.
But we had security, so I wasn't going to get ripped off. So if someone tried to pull some shit, we had the guys with us.
Mm-hmm.
We were covered. I didn't smoke it, but, I just went along for the ride for the experience. I took notes. I'm writing a paper for college about it.
I like that.
Yeah. Buying weed.
I think he contributes a lot to campaigns that are trying to legalize it. I'm not sure.
He does.
I just say stuff about him. I know about 4% of Nakatomi's story. He's a mystery man to me with a lot of money and a lot of jets. a lot of baseball teams, a lot of hotels, a lot of corporations.
He dresses nice. Say that.
That's nice.
Suits.
I got belly up. I can keep going on the history of Nakatomi, but Belly's an interesting guy, honestly.
So he what is it? May? What's comes before May? April.
Yep.
He had a good April.
Yep.
And then May that's when he kind of cooled off.
I got Damage up here. Here's the thing. I would say you keep going while I'm pulling the stat up.
I honestly don't think he has a home run all month. I don't think. I could be wrong, but I don't think he does. Because he's hitting 226 in May right now. Yeah, he didn't homer all month. Yeah, if you look at his thing, he has no home runs. And now he recently hurt his knee, too, so that's going to...
Oh, yeah, he's making... And to that end...
That's going to push back his comeback.
Yeah. I mean, he's still a positive WAR guy. 1.5 WAR, according to... I mean, that's worth $12 million a year. I don't know what they're paying him. But he should, and if he's doing that this far in the season... I mean, he's probably...
Yeah, you missed the Trey Bauer tanking. Trey was wondering if we were talking about it. Yeah, we talked about it already.
Who tanking?
Trevor Bauer. No, Trey Roberts was wondering if we've already discussed the whole...
Oh, we'll go back to it for Trey. Trey's a made man.
If you are listening, what is your opinion on him? Because I like Trevor Bauer. I think he's cool.
Is Trey saying he's tanking? That'd be hilarious. He's trying to get out of his contract. He's just get the money.
I like him as a player. Like, is he the best? No, but I like watching him play. He's an asshole, but he's cool to me, like, as far as, like, a player. I mean, I don't think I'd want to be friends with the guy, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm trying to find... Here we go. This is the interesting thing about Belly.
Oh, shit. How long until Bauer burns his Japan bridge? Not very long. Not very long. Definitely with his 3 starts and his struggles, if he doesn't get his shit together within the next 2-3 games, I don't know, they're probably going to...
Standard advanced.
You think they would release him? You think? The Bay Stars?
Oh, yeah, they totally would. No loyalty. Nakatomi rolls heads.
Because if
doesn't care.
He's not performing, they're going to be like, yeah, dude, we'll go get somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he was already a kind of like an iffy sign anyway.
Yeah.
So...
I don't know if they have like the advanced fielding statistics. I'm always interested, like UZR. This is all advanced fielding, which is an interesting statistic to look at because one of the things about Bellinger, and then I think when he was hitting so bad with the Dodgers, that that guy in center field is like, they're like, dude, it's kind of worth it to take. I mean, he might hit a dong, he might whiff, and mainly was whiffing, but his like range and ability to like go get a ball is well above average for the league. Like, he's a good fielder. I don't know about like the COVID year, but like Cubs, he's proving to be a good outfielder. So I think like it's like a good shortstop situation because center field's so key. Maybe like a good fielder, you're going to give more leash, right?
Yeah. Well, that was like what's his face back in the day. Ray Ordonez from the Mets. He was a great fielder, but he couldn't bat for shit. So I kind of crushed his dreams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like shortstop, like the Omar Vizquel, like shortstops seem more like the Mario Mendoza line and all this. Like, we'll take them no matter how bad, as long as they can glove it, because it's such a crucial position. But like outfielders, you felt were like more interchangeable. You're like, dude, you're in the outfield, better give us some offense. But there's a few of those guys, and Jim Edmonds was always a good hitter. But there's a few guys that are just like really good. I mean, he's got a Gold Glove, but I think Bellinger's a good center fielder, and I think that's what some people saw him. This is so funny that his price tag's almost exactly what you would pay for his WAR.
$12 million.
Yeah, because it's like $8.5 million per WAR if you calculate out like long-term contracts. So he's like right there for the Cubs.
And what people don't realize is like next to me, I have my Trevor Bauer poster hanging up. So every week that I'm here, I'm staring at this guy.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed that he makes a comeback and becomes great again. You know.
Yeah.
That's my Trevor Bauer shrine.
No, that's your Bellinger. You're switching up. I do that all the time. Your Cody Bellinger image right up here.
My Cody Bellinger, not my Trevor Bauer picture. No, I don't have one of those. But I do have my Cody Bellinger picture over there.
Bellinger. I was a player. He was in the Little League World Series. I didn't realize that until a few weeks ago.
Speaking of Little League World Series, do you remember that video that was going around with a guy who was like, that bigger guy, he's like, I hit dingers.
Yeah, everybody loves that.
That guy, that kid.
Legend.
But yeah, Trevor Bauer, I say he gets 5 games max. And if he doesn't figure his shit out within those 5 games or improves, he's going to be gone.
What? Oh, you're saying Bauer, not Bellinger.
Bauer, yeah.
Back to Bauer. Oh, this is the run back for
the
Trey.
Bauer and Bellinger.
Let's go back to Bauer. Yeah.
That's my opinion. I'm not like an expert or anything, but I say within 5 games, if he doesn't show some kind of improvement, they're going to be like, "Hey, dude, you got to go."
I'll say this. Here's what I'll riff, because I like riffing off of you and you leading. One thing, I'm not even afraid to say this. I honestly think Japanese people would agree with me, and there's like not just anecdotal, not anecdotal evidence of this, but Japanese culture is pretty insanely racist. And I say that in the sense that like gaijin, like outsider, just like we have racists in America. People are like, man, Americans are pretty racist in the South. It's like, yeah, they exist. Just like there's tons of people in Japan who aren't racist. But there are people who are. And straight up, there's like places in Japan where like, if you're a gaijin, dude, you can't get in. That's like straight up discrimination. And then it's like, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So, and I think that there's a ton of, and that's, I don't really like Japan, pride in Japanese culture, but if you're signing a gaijin, dude, you are expected to produce nice results.
Correct.
And any kind of leash I would assume you're going to give a gaijin is going to be a lot shorter than you give some homegrown talent. And I don't know if that's cultural or if I'm just assuming that, but I think you better put up some numbers if you're an Americano over there.
Well, I look at it like this too. Like, they know that he's played in an MLB. He's played in a pro, so they're like, there should be no reason why you shouldn't come over here and be somewhat decent. You know, like you've been there before, so like, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody is booing him at games.
No gaijin love is what I'm saying.
But that would be interesting if he's getting booed.
Yeah.
Like, hey, dude, fuck you, man. Go back to wherever, California.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's got momentum. He's got stuff. So if he does get cut, he'll be all right. You know.
I think if he gets cut, man, you're kind of in a situation where that's a really bad look. If you're going to try to go KBO or CPBL, you're probably going to have to work out for the team. They're like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look at your velocity and how you're spotting, and then we'll give you probably a 1 year to play for like the CPBL brothers, and it's not guaranteed. Like half a season and you suck, we can release you and only pay like $500K. Like he's going to have to do something like that unless he starts throwing some shutouts.
Do you think he'll get the label like he just doesn't have it anymore? Like that's
I'm like, I literally think you're in a situation where you lost the touch, man. You're not, your fastball isn't by you. You can't establish a fastball because these dudes are all over it. That means none of your breaking pitches are going to catch anybody off balance because they can just rope your fastball. It's like, dude, you gotta.
Like I was watching this video where he was like in the cage pitching with his catcher, and his catcher was like, "Yeah, dude, all your pitches are like going off to the side for where they're supposed to be." His pinpoint or his accuracy was way off, and you could tell he was so mad. Like, after every pitch, he was like, "God damn it, God damn it!"
And I'll extend the olive branch on Trevor Bauer to this. The other thing I could say is huge language barrier. It's the same thing with like a Hugh Darvish or something coming to the States.
He does.
You got like your catchers from the Dominican. And you got Darvish, you got a translator. He's like, I don't know how you feel about the slider in this situation. Or I want, you know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of have to have that pitcher-catcher relationship. So now you got Japanese catcher, I think, on Yokohama. Let's look at their lineup. But, yeah.
I'm sure he's learning some Japanese to communicate better, but I don't know.
Yeah. So this is the Eastern League. That's the minors. So Central League, let's look at their catchers. I mean, I don't think...
Luckily, like Bauer has a translator with him at all times. I saw, so that kind of helps.
Tyler Austin, a catcher.
But can you have your translator with you on the mound? Like if you call a mound visit, can you call your translator too?
Maybe so.
Because if not, that's gonna be kind of tough to communicate.
Yeah, I mean, I think the catcher.
Like, hey, Trevor,
Japanese.
your slider is way off. Like, fix the shit.
Yeah.
Did Trevor Bauer have like a particular pitch that he was known for?
I don't know if he threw a splitty or what he had. He was known for using sticky stuff, I thought. But that wasn't like against the, like he didn't get caught or anything.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, 5 games max. If he doesn't show some kind of improvement, he's definitely gone. I don't think if he does get released that he'll get signed this year for any team because they're like, you don't have it anymore, dude. You know, you can't produce. He did well his first start, though. But after that,
it's all downhill. You want to take a look at his manager?
Sure.
See if this is the issue.
Oh,
is that his manager? Bay Stars.
Maybe.
Look at that Elvis cut. Is that for real?
He's a beast.
Whoa.
Dude, he's had that same haircut since 1962. He's never changed it.
Whoa.
He's like, hey, what's up?
No wonder Nakatomi hired this guy. Look at that hair.
What's his name?
It's Daisuke Miura,
a.k.a. Elvis Jr. He's got a nice head of hair, though.
If that's the D-Knob Bay Stars manager, that's legendary. You're going to top that hair? No, you're not. You're not.
What's it called? A pompadour kind of thing?
You're not. Nobody's even sniffing that.
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't know we were in for that kind of hairdo today. I wasn't ready for that. That dude slays the ladies.
Samantha just said people in Japan love 50s rockabilly style.
That is true.
So that's probably why he's got his hair.
He's hip, man. He's so hip.
I watch a lot of videos, so I say I see a video because I watch a lot of YouTube. There's every year they have like this fest in Japan where there's like a bunch of people dressed up like rockabilly dudes and they all have a little hangout or whatever. Dude, I bet like as soon as he gets off the podium and he gives up his little speech, he puts on his leather jacket, pulls out his comb, slicks his hair back. He's like, "Hey."
So here's.
I don't know how they talk.
So there's like I was like honestly, if I'm Nakatomi, I'm gonna be like, I know you're the manager and you're supposed to wear a baseball hat in the dugout. Please don't. Like that could be worth $2 million in ratings. Do not put a hat on top of your head.
Jason was saying
like there's him with the hat that just ruins the
look.
Come on. This is him back in the days of pitching because he's like a big veteran with him, but now he looks like, oh, gosh.
And Jason was saying that once MLB blackballs a guy, they tend to stick with it. So Trevor Bauer's probably never going back to the MLB.
Kind of. I want to say the Ball 4 guy, Bhutan, did work his way back into the show, and he got big-time blackballed for telling a bunch of secrets, but I don't know.
That's how it goes. Just like
his big secret was we're doing amphetamines,
oh, shit.
which wasn't a secret. It's like don't tell anybody. It's
Hey,
a long
Dad, what's
season.
what's an amphetamine? Well,
That's good stuff. I like that. I like that Trevor Bauer thread.
like I said, I like him as a player. As a person, I don't have an opinion because I don't really know him, but I don't mind him. You know what I'm saying?
I like it. All right, that's the Trevor Bauer talk. We think he could be in the tank. His performance would suggest as much. I'm not disagreeing with you on anything you're saying today.
If you have an ERA of almost 9, yeah, and it's just been climbing up. Who's to say? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wouldn't it be sweet if he went to one of my favorite independent leagues, like the Route In? He just ends up in the Shikoku Island League Plus.
What if he goes to Saltillo and check this out. Somehow he figures something out on the plane ride from Japan to Mexico, and he becomes an all-star.
That's interesting. Should we check in on Saltillo? Okay. I have a confession to make. I was bragging about.
What's that?
So I couldn't get. I guess there's the years, but I was like, FMLB, dude. I'm watching Mexican League this year because they have the games on Spectrum on the channel. So I was like, but I had to buy for like $9 a month the Spanish language package.
Okay. Yeah.
So I did that. Their coverage sucks. They don't really like carry it on ESPN. It's like one channel has it. It's so random that I can't.
I wonder if they have like a Mexico package.
Like I couldn't. Like I don't know how to get LMB so
you-
I can give the kiss off to MLB, but.
Like, as much as I hate some of the rules that MLBs came out with, I love MLB baseball, so I'll continue to watch it, you know?
Saltillo's run differential sucks, but they're hanging around 500.
Hey. Shh, don't say
Let's
that.
look at this. Let's see what Monclava's doing. Monterrey's killing it again. Let's see if Jose Gutierrez's stats are showing up because he was playing under an assumed name. Wonder if he's in there.
What was his name?
I don't know, because he's still a prospect, but you have a lot of problems signing. Cisco.
So he's using a fake name.
Yeah, he might be one of these names. I don't really see him.
We'll say.
Do they have affiliates? Because they do have. I don't know.
We'll say he's the BJ guy.
He actually told me when we were at the park, like I was playing under this name or that name, so if you can look for that, but I couldn't remember, and I wasn't letting him have like a pen
I was
and paper.
wondering why at the Missions game when they said his name, and I was like, what the fuck? They got it wrong. But
Yeah, there's reasons, contractual reasons why you don't. But he did say other teams were looking at him in the LMB, so I don't know. I'll have to look up. Maybe we can find him. Maybe he
they done
switched
fucked
teams.
up.
I got to go check his Twitter. Jose Gutierrez, 1926, not the same guy. But I wonder if that's...
Close.
No. Anyway, Jose can rip. I'm sure he's going to find a spot. Anyway, I digress. As I say.
As you say. We got to get you a shirt made with that on there. It says, I digress. You know what I mean?
I talk too much, man. It's a problem. All right. Well, that's good stuff. Yeah, Belly's got some interesting stats. I think looking at advanced fielding for that guy's interesting. His WAR isn't terrible. Like, honestly, that dude should be getting paid $12 million a year by the Cubs. I think he's worth it. 7 dingers, 271 ain't terrible. That ain't terrible. I mean, you extrapolate that out, he's going to be a 20-plus homer guy and probably about 80 bibbies on the season.
It's
70,
weird
80
because,
bibbies.
like, sometimes for me, like, I fucking hate people that are dicks. But then
Yeah.
sometimes with baseball, I'm like, they're known assholes. I'm like, I like them.
And Bellinger can fucking steal a base, which is like stealing and getting caught is the just the shooting yourself in the crank. But he doesn't get caught that much, which is huge. You can't have these. You can't steal 9 times and get caught 4. It's actually a detriment. So 9 and 2, dude, the guy who runs, he's safe.
As long as you don't get thrown out still in third, you'll be all right.
Man, runs like a deer. I'm rooting for Bellinger.
Yeah. Good
Good California kid. No, he's Arizona kid.
That's why I wanted to bring him up, man, because I like him, you know?
All right. Well, I like that you like him. You got good baseball instincts.
He's a cool dude.
So that's good. That's a good piece right there. I like that.
Because
Rookie of the year too. Guy can play. Still got it.
got that Roy.
He's got to make adjustments, and baseball's a game of adjustments. What in tarnation? Was he the MVP? He was the MVP. I forgot about that.
Because when did he get drafted? 2017? something like
Yeah.
that.
He was the Roy in 17, and then 2 years later he's the MVP. He hit 47 homers. That's crazy. But he really did drop off after that.
You know what they should have? They should have a Voy award.
The what award?
The Voy, Veteran of the Year.
Yeah.
You're a Veteran of the Year, man. Hell yeah.
More awards.
But
I like that.
you know what I wish they would? What they would do though? I wish they would take away the American and National League Cy Young and just have one overall Cy Young.
They used to do that, I guess. And then they went
Yeah.
2 leagues.
Because that way, if you win it, it means a lot more than saying, "Oh, I won
The
it."
best of the best.
Like it still means a lot to win it. Don't get me wrong, but like if you were like out of both leagues, you were the only one that won it. That would mean way more. Like, yeah, I beat out this guy from this league and this guy from my league. Like, yeah.
That is interesting. And to that
And,
point, so the Cy Young, right, they only gave it to one league, but that's when they didn't really have interleague play. It would
Yeah.
honestly make sense to give it to one league, like you're saying now, because they
Yeah.
all play each other, so you get the cross-pollination. Back then, you didn't know what Bob Gibson does in the American League, but there was just like one dude. And if you look at, honestly, if I can find it, I can't believe that guy's hair.
Sponsored by Monster.
Just D-Naw Bay Stars, Cy Young Award winners.
I've never been a fan of like awards for both leagues, like National and American.
Yeah.
I just want one overall award.
There's some pretty interesting names in there that you're like, I didn't know that, dude. And you got to look them up. So
Don.
this is the combined years. Newcomb I knew of. Spawn. But then Vern Law. Did you know that?
I did not know.
Dean Chance.
I got a random question.
Yep.
I don't know if totally random, but you know Vance Law, the player from the '80s, is Vern Law? I wonder if they're related somehow, or
Let's click on his name. I bet he is.
is that like his dad or something?
It's a V Law. It stands to chance. Playing career, personal life. Yeah, his son Vance Law.
Oh shit! I called it. What's up? I was like, wait a minute.
V Law.
It's like Vance Law. Dude, Vance Law had those really cool glasses.
Yeah, Vance
that
Law
he always wore.
wasn't no shame in his game with optical assistance.
No, I would.
Oh, dude, he went to the Chattahoochee Dragons.
Oh shit!
Let's look up Vance Law.
There we go.
The runaround. This is what you do. You just rabbit hole it, you know? Just rabbit hole Vance
I
Law.
just thought it made sense. I'm like, wait a minute, would that be his dad?
There he is. Look at them glasses on
Vance
Vance.
Law. He went to law school too, probably.
Got glasses. He looks like a pretty big badass in that one.
Yeah, he looks like the type of guy, honestly, with those glasses that would be good in the community, but secretly he's a killer.
He's a BYU guy. Mormons are pretty stand-up people, I have to say. But, man, that was like a favor to his dad, frankly. 39th round, dude. They had no faith in that. Like,
But
36th round, no.
made a
37th round, no.
But he made a career out of it.
38th round, no. Hit 71 homers in the show. Maybe he was a daddy's boy. Maybe it was like the Billy Ripken scenario. Yeah. Let's see what he did in the minors. 319. Can't complain about that. 131 games, hit 310 did Vance Law. No power. He must have been a glove. 295 in AAA. That's not too shabby, frankly. Not too shabby. Just it must have been a good glove. And then Pittsburgh. That's a small sample size, but honestly, well, he had 17 dingers one year with the White Sox. Yeah, I'm not saying he's a Billy Ripken case. Semi-meritorious. Probably doesn't get taken in the 39th round, though. Probably owns a trucking company if his dad's not Vern Law.
Vance Law.
That's just the reality of the world, folks.
Correct.
Daddy was a manager. Daddy was a player. Oh, let's look at Law's Japanese stats, though. Went to Chunichi.
He's a legend.
These dudes go over and then they hit like 30 bombs and like no power. I don't get it. Chunichi, he did. Nope. Yeah. He goes there and hits 29 homers.
That's so
I
weird.
don't know how it works. I don't know how these
like,
dudes.
if you look at his stats in MLB, I think he got double-digit home runs twice, 3 times.
He's a 17 homers guy.
How's he go from
I
so
don't think their parks are smaller.
12, 11, 7, and then all of a sudden 29.
Oh, dudes are just like laying fastballs in more, or what? Because I have a very high opinion of the NPB.
Well, yeah.
But just case after case of dudes going over there that are marginal MLBers and then just hit like 50. So
I'd fucking stay there, dude. If I was hitting good, it's like, yeah, I'm not going to chance my career going back.
1 year in Chunich, 29 ding-dongs, comes back to AAA, gets 18 games, and then goes to Oakland for his last cup of coffee at age 34.
Goddamn dinger derby.
Starts his trucking company shipping cashew chicken McNuggets around the United States of America.
Hey, but you know what? He's making a lot of money off that. Vance Law Trucking.
Who else went in the 39th round with him? Do we want to know?
Sure.
It doesn't even show it. Here's the 39th round. 4 dudes.
Never heard of none of them.
4 dudes.
What's hilarious is some of those guys don't even have a link that you can click on.
They just minors guys. But look at this guy. This guy went after. He was the 4th pick of the 39th round. Tim Hewlett.
He's like, yep, yes, sir. Tim Hewlett.
South Florida. He made it to the show in the 39th round. Good for Tim Hewlett.
My dad knows Tim Hewlett.
He started Hewlett Packard. Guy's a freaking millionaire.
Yeah, dude. He was like, you know what? There's a lot of business in the computer world. I might as well jump on it.
Yeah, like you're going to play into the, he said goodbye MLB at age 35 and just started working on computers.
Because he saw the future.
Obvious.
He saw the future. Like, where did he go to school at?
Yeah.
They're probably known for their knowledge. What school did he go to? If you look on his bio.
Yeah.
What's it say? On his biography.
Up here?
Yeah, what's his school?
South Florida, man.
Oh, yeah, dude. Technology school all the way. He knew.
Never mind. Look at he was a first rounder. This is why he made it. He went 39th with Vance Law and says, "You're going to disrespect me and take me after Vance Law, the freaking coach's son?
I will whip your ass.
F you. I'm going out of this."
This guy was Ken Murphy before Ken Murphy was Ken Murphy.
Yeah, and he said, "I'm going to South Florida, and then you're going to respect me." And then they're like, "Yeah, you're going to go you're going to go 3rd overall," did Tim Hewlett. What do I know? And who'd you take after him? A lot of dudes went after Hewlett. There's Tom Henke.
Hell yeah.
Texas State University, man. Did you know that about Tom Henke? That's a Blue Jay right there.
No. I
Okay,
did not.
well, you need to know about Tom Henke on this little rabbit hole. That's a Blue Jay. Went to Miss Raymond's alma mater.
Tom Henke. Henke sounds like he would have some fucking,
First round,
what do you call it?
Rangers
Sandwich
4th
meat
round.
or whatever. I don't know what you call it.
Secondary draft. Henke went everywhere.
Henke.
And he's from Missouri, so.
Tom Henke started the whole
6'5".
phrase.
I know Henke was a big dude. Henke had some good years. I thought he was mainly a reliever. Yeah, all these saves. See? 34 saves.
It's a lot.
311 saves. All right. That's that rabbit hole.
Ain't no joke, I'll say that. Well, Texas State athletes always built for the future.
Yeah. Texas State lost to the Raging Cajuns. We
Correct.
got the D1 bracket up.
We played Georgia State or
Scores.
something today in the elimination round. So if we lose this game, we're out.
It's conference tournament time. If you don't have ESPN Plus, folks, you need to get it, because that's where your college baseball central is. And it doesn't kill me, because I'm like, dude, it's so hard to announce a game, as we're going to find out here in a week. Like we did it last season, but like you can't know all the dudes. And of course, one of our favorites, Luke Malone, came into the UTSA Roadrunners game. Announcers knew nothing about him. Didn't know he was like leading the nation in ERA last year and all this other stuff. And like, who is this guy here? Because his ERA is a little inflated this year, but I still think Malone's an off-speed guy, honestly, and he throws 90, but everything's like you're out in front of the slow slider, fast slider, change-ups, sick change-up.
Maybe
they didn't know anything about him.
Maybe those people just don't watch UTSA baseball. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean you can't. You can't. You're just like an announcing team sent to cover the Conference USA tourney, which is at Rice this year.
So you're saying you should probably know your teams and players.
You know what? I guess I can't criticize them, but for me personally, and this is also with like some River Monsters this year, if you look at like this year, I would, if you're announcing dudes and you have the time, which we probably don't, it's always good to look at like, yeah, the season they're coming off of, but look at the season before. Sometimes it tells a totally different story. Like Luke Malone was leading the nation, and then there's some dudes on the River Monsters who were like freaking studs. They like led their teams in D1, like UT Arlington and stuff like that. And then this year they're not getting that much playing time for whatever reason. So 2 years is a good look back for announcing, if you can kind of figure out the makeup of the team. But I don't know. What do I know? I do know Binghamton, I think, has a crazy baseball facility.
Some of the there's that channel on YouTube where they go to different like colleges and their athletic facilities, and they do baseball too, dude. Some of those baseball facilities are insane. Like LSU, their baseball facility is insane. You know what I'm saying? Like I know for Oregon, you walk in and right away you customize all your gear. Like
Yeah.
you get fitted for your cleats, your jersey, whatever else you want, like accessories, like your sleeves, your whatever wristbands. I don't know.
$60 million, dude.
Yeah.
60. That's your clubhouse at Binghamton.
But see, like that's how you get people to come. Obviously.
Yeah, it's a recruiting tool right there.
Get people to come.
Yeah, so I think
Get people to show up. To your
mark our words. Binghamton will go to the College World Series in the next 5 years.
Think so?
Just because they're going to recruit like a couple huge arms, and that's all it takes to win conference, and then get through a regional. It'll happen. That facility is insane.
But see, like with baseball, like college baseball, a lot of times the smaller schools that are known have really good programs.
Yeah. Credit Augie Garrido with Cal State Fullerton making the small city college. Wichita State Shockers, Creighton, teams that you don't think of, but there's some ball players. Anyway, they got some insane facilities at Binghamton. Insane. I mean, it must be, right? Does anybody else have a $60 million baseball facility? Maybe LSU. Or something. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Kentucky, I know Kentucky has a ball in one.
But like they built all this other crazy stuff. Like this is like there's probably some private gym. They got a clubhouse. It's crazy, dude.
Oh, I read that article. It said instead of it saying land 60 million, I thought it said it leaves 60 million. Like, nope, we're leaving it on the table.
I don't know. That's
But
all I know. But
it's insane though.
check out your D1 scores. D2 scores aren't clear to me. Angelo State advances. Rooting for those guys. And then I haven't looked at any lately, but I'm not gonna take the time doing that. Tom Henke, not to be confused with Mr. Henke from South Park.
Not to be confused with Daddy Hinkle's meat.
Grandpappy's ginger ale.
No, there's a brand called Daddy Hinkle's, and they make like sandwich meat and stuff.
Well, I can eat that with my Grandpappy's ginger ale.
Yeah,
You know,
Grandpappy's ginger ale, shit strong. But all right then, sir.
I like that.
Do we do my 5 baseball players that
Let's
should
do
have won the
that. I
restaurant?
love that. Top 5 happening now. This needs bump music because this is always the best segment.
These are I was going through in my head thinking of baseball players names that would sound cool as a restaurant. So these are all former players because for some reason older players always had cooler names. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So these are 5 baseball players that have cool restaurant names in no particular order as far as like favoritism. Like I did not order them in terms of like, oh, this is my favorite, this is my least favorite. These are just 5 people.
Do you want me to pull images of these guys?
If you want.
Okay.
And they weren't on no particular team, just the name. Okay, well, I'm carrying on too much. Okay, here we go. So 5 players that sound like cool restaurant names. Okay.
This is why I need a graphic for Dutch's top 5.
So the first one is Dave Rigetti. And you know where I'm going with this because it's obvious, but Rigetti Spaghetti,
Yeah.
an Italian restaurant.
I can't spell Dave Rigetti. Dave Rigetti. Let's just put in Dave Rigetti Spaghetti.
You know what I'm saying?
That's Rigetti Spaghetti right
Rigetti
there.
Spaghetti,
That's genius.
an
Let's go.
Italian restaurant for sure.
I mean, it's an Italian name.
Yeah, like I thought that was an obvious one. Like when I was looking it up, I was like, oh wait a minute, because I didn't know how to spell. Because I have a Dave Rigetti baseball card that I've had forever, and I was looking at it one day. I was like, wait a minute, this sounds like Rigetti Spaghetti.
There's Rigetti.
And you know what it also sounds like? Rigetti Spaghetti sounds like a character on Pepper Ann.
Sausage spaghetti. Rigetti spaghetti. Look at that crazy thing. What's that?
I don't fucking know, but it's kind of
Weird
frightening.
shit. Billy's back. We got a little punk fade into the top 5. Okay. Bump music's done. Rigetti spaghetti is the first one. I love that.
All right, so we're going to number 2 here.
Okay.
Bill Dickey.
Bill Dickey.
And Bill Dickey has or could have had a restaurant called Bill Dickey's Barbecue Grill and Bar.
Bill Dickey's. What's our Bill Miller's?
Yeah.
So this would be barbecue?
Yeah, Bill Dickey's Barbecue Grill and Bar.
Barbecue grill and bar. Look at Bill Dickey. He does look like a. Where's Bill Dickey from? Let's look up.
But the name Dickey just sound, I think there is a Dickey's Barbecue maybe.
There's Dickey something. Dickey's clothes, his clothing line.
Yeah, but Dickey's just sounds like a barbecue name.
He's from Louisiana, I guess.
Yeah.
Born there. And he's a Southern guy, so he'd be a good barbecue.
Come on down to Bill Dickey's barbecue.
My best, I love Bill Dickey, and this is just like the fun of baseball. But the fun thing about Bill Dickey is his mentorship of Yogi. That's the cool thing. Went to high school in Arkansas. Yeah, dude, that's perfect. You see his nicknames?
No.
Oh, you can't. Let me.
Oh
see.
yeah, the man nobody knows.
The man nobody knows is a nickname. Let me enlarge this
well,
for.
after you open up that fucking restaurant, they'll know who you are.
The man nobody knows. That's a funny nickname. I don't know how he got that nickname. What else he's got? That's it. Click for all ball player nicknames. They got a whole glossary. Interesting. Bill Dickey's the man nobody knows. Well, they should.
They will after his barbecue place.
After his barbecue place.
Okay.
But,
this next one, you might have to help me pronounce the last name because it's a hard last name to say.
okay.
But Carl Yastrzemski,
Yeah, Carl Yastrzemski.
he has a place called Yastrzemski's Shrimp Boil.
Carl Yastrzemski. Carl Yastrzemski. He's got a shrimp boil place.
Yeah, Yastrzemski's Shrimp Boil.
I would have thought like is Yastrzemski is like some like a Slavic Hungarian goulash kind of situation. I don't know.
Goulash is fucking delicious. I mean, they could sell that there, because
Yeah,
they're not exclusively just shrimp, obviously.
He's a Notre Dame guy. Merrimack, Massachusetts. Well, he's from the Northeast, right? So that makes sense
Have some shrimp,
to have some shrimp there.
fresh caught straight off the ocean right there.
Yeah. Yaz shrimp. Yaz is boiling shrimp with this insane stat line in 1967. In case you're wondering who the Triple Crown winner was that flipping year. Good Lord. 44 dingers, 100. Yeah, it's Fenway, but dude, I think he batted left, right? Like
121 RBIs.
Like that ain't really a porch for lefties. 44 dingers, 121 bibs, 326. That's a hell of a year, yes. God, good hit.
Got that money. All right, number 4, David Wells. All right.
Okay.
He has a place called the Whiskey Well.
David Wells, Whiskey Well.
He's got himself a little whiskey bar.
I think he did partake too.
He drank because remember that story about him in
pitching hungover.
Saturday Night Live. Yeah, he got drunk the night before.
Look at that.
Look at the shirt and the green polo. Next to him, see the green polo picture? That's like the image you see on the website. Hey, I'm the owner.
Get some whiskey with me.
I tell you what, man. First round's on me. Hell yeah.
Wells was nasty, dude.
Yeah.
Well, Wells was one of my favorite types of pitcher because he had, I mean, Greinke will do this, but and I don't know how hard Wells threw. I'd like to look at his stats, but like
Give him shots.
Humongously slow high school curveball in the repertoire, and that's like you just embarrass dudes when you're like a major league and you just swung through 68, It just comes rolling up there and just like I can't make the adjustment of that.
On MLB The Show, I forgot what pitch it is, but it's kind of slow. And dude, I suck at hitting it. I cannot hit it.
You can't make the adjustment.
It's so slow.
20-game winner once. Complete games. Look at these 9 complete games.
You don't see that anymore.
The no-hitter was probably in there somewhere. No, he did the no-hitter with the Yanks. Man, he had some good years for the Yankees. 19-game winner.
See, that's where I remember him from as a Yankee player.
Man, he was everywhere. Who drafted him out of school? He was a high school second rounder. Jay's getting down there. You think it's like Canadian scouts are like, God, it's fucking cold up here. Can I be the Southern California scout? And they just like scout the warm areas?
Probably.
That'd be smart.
They're like, I'm tired of this fucking cold.
David Wells, second guy in the second round. Plesac. Who else? Got drafted above Barry Bonds. Okay.
I mean,
who else
Barry
you got
Bonds.
on there? Bo Jackson goes in the second round.
They probably had no idea who he was going to be at that point.
That's pretty stout. Those are some pretty big studs happening out there. Barry Bonds, Bo Jackson, and David Wells, man.
Bo Jackson turned into an animal.
Man, Bo was good.
Bo knows.
Bo's amazing. It's crazy that he was a second rounder. Should have been first rounder. His birthday we just missed. David Wells, 5 days ago, May 20th. Happy birthday. Yeah, he's a legend.
All right, so the fifth and final one.
All right.
Okay, so this is an era when diners was a thing, right? They were everywhere. So in 1950, after Buck O'Neill decided to quit playing baseball,
Yes.
he opened up a place called Buck's All-American Diner.
I like it.
Buck's All-American Diner, Mr. Buck O'Neill himself.
Buck O'Neill Bridge. I think it's just one L. Buck O'Neill, the legend, man. He had some pretty doggone good numbers. He's just like the oral history of the Negro Leagues. He's such a legend, but if you look at his stats,
Wasn't like
he was
old as fuck, right? When they decided to finally put him in MLB.
Yeah, they always holding everybody back. But O'Neill was. He had more complete stats, but dude was a player, man.
What was crazy? Like some of those Negro League dudes, they were older, but when they finally decided to put them in the pro, like the MLB, they even at their older age, they still were really good. You know what I mean?
Some balls.
They still came in and did some shit.
See, I think this is like, I don't know. I don't have that, if they had like winter leagues and all this other stuff. Nah, I don't think I get these numbers and say who Buck O'Neill really was. I think he was awesome. But that's a good one. So he's got an All-American Diner, huh?
Buck's All-American Diner.
Let's see. There's a Buck O'Neill Bridge. You want to see that?
Sure. Because I know he's royalty in Kansas City.
Yeah, he is royalty. Royalty around the world. Buck O'Neill Bridge. Look at that. There it is.
Goddamn right.
Steel girders there.
Is that in Kansas City or?
It's got to be, right? Top priority.
Because where's he from? Is he from Kansas City too?
I don't know. That's a great question. Let's go to here and go to the Sabre bio. Learn all about Buck O'Neill thanks to Sabre.
Buck O'Neill.
True story. Buck O'Neill. He just knew.
Oh, he's from Florida. Huh. But he died in Kansas City. Mm-hmm. He was almost 100 years old.
Carabel, Florida. Yeah. What would we do without Buck O'Neill, man? He had so much knowledge on everything. Let's see. Fishing Village on the Panhandle. Let's look where Carabel is. Gotta know these things. Buck O'Neill Bridge.
East Florida, maybe? I don't know.
On the maybe it's about like Panama Beach or something. Let's go maps. People need to know. There it is. Buck O'Neill, born there.
Oh, shit.
And you zoom right out, right by Tallahassee.
Oh, so he's there.
Look at that. I'll be darned.
It'd be cool to be a fisherman.
Look, there's a little island out there, Dog Island. They got an airport on Dog Island.
Oh, shit. That would be a career I would love to have. Just be a professional fisherman. You just go out, fish, catch fish.
Nobody's your boss but the fish.
You go out there for a couple days on the ocean, you know.
Old Tampa.
The only thing that would kind of worry me about that is the waves and there's a tsunami or something while I'm out there. Like, god damn it! I should have just stayed on land and been smart. But
but you'd be like, Forrest Gump. You'd survive it.
Oh,
you'd have the one boat left.
Lieutenant Dan, but
I
know I've always been like, I like water a lot and I like boats and being on the lake. So it'd be cool to be a professional fisherman, you know. Go out there with a crew and just go hunt fish for a couple days.
That is a sweet bio.
I would love a Buck O'Neill card. Like I don't even care if it's like not an original, if it's just like a reprint or something. Yeah. I would just love to have that card.
There's the man. Yeah, he was in Ken Burns' documentary a whole bunch. That was good stuff. Florida gentleman. There he is, a legend.
He probably could have still played at his old age too, even when like he was 80 or 90.
There's a great quote from Buck O'Neill. People ask me, "How do you keep from being bitter?" And he goes, "Man, bitterness will eat you up inside. Hatred will eat you up inside. Don't be bitter. Don't hate. My grandfather was a slave. He was not bitter. I learned that from him. And you know what? I wouldn't trade my life for anybody's. I've had so many blessings in my life. I don't want people to be sad for me when I go. Be sad for the kids who die young. You shouldn't feel sad for a man who just lived his dream. You know what I say? I was right on time."
I was right on time.
What a stud. Inspirational.
I definitely don't always have a positive outlook, so props to people who can stay positive through bullshit.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Buck O'Neill did, that's for sure. That's good stuff right there.
Because I'm a worrisome person, and I worry about every fucking thing.
Man, Manslaw looked like a nerd, I'm not going to lie. But so do I.
Because of the glasses?
I mean, I'm not talking smack. I'm just being...
I always hate how people think...
I'm being real to stereotypes. You know?
I hate how people think because you're smart because you wear glasses. Like, look, motherfucker, I wear glasses because I cannot see. Not because of my intelligence level. If that was the case, I wouldn't have glasses on. Because let's be honest, I'm not really intelligent. I know what the fuck I'm talking about sometimes.
You know what you're talking about every time.
But
people can't see our hand grenade if I block it.
It's a live grenade.
It's a live grenade.
We're just waiting to totally self-destruct. You know.
There's that webpage. Well, that's interesting stuff right there. I like all that stuff. Buck O'Neill's Diner. There's a Buck O'Neill.
I would go there.
I'd go there. I'd go to all the restaurants you name.
The specialty is probably a country fried steak with some country gravy and some French
Rigetti
fries.
Spaghetti, your number one, seemed like a layup for him. You know, because like a lot of these dudes will open restaurants, and you're in New York, Yankees, Italian guy, Rigetti Spaghetti.
Like it's natural that it flows.
$1 million idea. Nobody
and I'm sure I'm not the first person to think of that name because it sounds like spaghetti.
Right? And don't tell me they aren't like spaghetti restaurants because like the easiest dish to make, dude. They got the Spaghetti Factory. That's like in Seattle. That was like the thing to do.
That's what we need more of down here in San Antonio. Is like because we have a lot of like Hispanic, Mexican type restaurants and stuff, but we need like something new or more of something. You know.
Ooh, that's a cool card.
Buck O'Neill.
Buck O'Neill Diner. This is what it brings up. There's this plaque, the hall. I'll say here's one interesting random about the Hall of Fame, and because it's like writers, right? Writers decide who goes. You know, I mean, there's like the Veterans Committee and stuff. I was like, man, these writers, man. Like Ken Griffey Jr. wasn't freaking unanimous. Like, what are you talking about? Who are these writers?
They said that he wasn't.
Yeah, like Ken Griffey's Hall of Fame vote wasn't like weird dudes.
Do you have to? Have you? So to be a writer or get a vote, did you play? Did you have to play, or was it just if you're a writer, a sports writer?
No, I think like if you work for like a news, I don't really know how you get on the writers.
Because how do you not look at this guy and be a first ballot like right away? Not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, so there was somebody. 3 ballots, and I don't know if there's like ballots that didn't get turned in or who these guys are, but like dudes like Willie Mays and Ken Griffey Jr. or whatever, like if you're not unanimous, honestly, like those 3 ballots, you're just like you have no baseball judgment. Like you shouldn't be allowed to vote.
What? Like what? I want to know why they had to think about it. Like no, he's not on. Like I want to know why.
So, but I don't know how it works. But interesting.
Like you dumb fuck. Like what is wrong with you?
I guess so. I was like, what are these writers worth? But there's an interesting, and I'm not going to say this right, but in the collective bargaining agreement, so you're like writers shouldn't matter to money, but actual dudes that are part of the Writers Association can make a difference for you, Dutch Chattahoochee, if you are a Major League Baseball player going through arbitration. Like the number of MVP votes, Rookie of the Year votes can come into play in certain arbitration issues. So I was like, some dumb-ass writer might cost you $1 million because you're not on like a big market team and they don't write about you and you didn't get the MVP vote. It can actually factor in.
Jason was saying that nobody was unanimous until Mario Rivera.
Mariano Rivera was unanimous? That's crazy.
Like, there's people like... It's
like
not even,
Babe Ruth wasn't unanimous?
But it's not even like, what do you call it, hindsight. Like you can tell at the time that these dudes were Hall of Famers. Like, why do you need to think about Ken Griffey Jr.? You know what I mean? Even with the injuries that he had later in his career, he still put up numbers before. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before that, like, everybody knows that if he wouldn't have started getting hurt, he would have been an all-time Hall of home run leader.
Yeah, it's weird how some people vote, but I guess you got to have the controversy.
That's why whenever we do like a skit or we do a video, why my hat is backwards, because it's always an homage to Ken Griffey Jr.
Griffey,
like my favorite player of all time.
Just a good dude. Just a good dude. Honestly, like, he would have probably like been the head of a Fortune 500 company, and all of his employees loved him.
Like as much as I love Dickie Thon, you just gotta admit Griffey Jr. was better.
You know what? And let's give some credit to Ken Griffey, who must have just been an awesome dad.
As they say, Ken Griffey Jr. was the best by a country mile. Which I don't know. I don't never fucking say that phrase, but yeah. His dad was pretty. I think
that was awesome.
Didn't they have another son too? I think
probably.
That was like.
I think they had a pretty big family, actually.
Supposed to be like good too.
Yeah. I love
His dad was pretty good, man.
I love Ken Griffey's
a serviceable MLB player.
why Ken Griffey Jr. hates the Yankees. We've talked about that. Such a good story.
Oh yeah, there was an interview like he's like I would have never signed.
He's
with
like
them.
I would have retired.
Yeah.
That's hatred, folks.
Yeah.
That's a grudge.
See, that's what's interesting. Like growing up, you have certain teams, but when you get to the level where you're going to get signed, would you hold that against it? Like, I hate the Yankees. I don't care. I'm not signing with them because as much as I like hate certain teams, if I was a player and they're like, "Hey, we'll pay you this much," you're going to be like, "Okay," you know what I'm saying? As much as I hate the fucking Dodgers with a passion, if they were like, "Hey, we'll give you $25 million," I'm not going to turn that down.
Ken would never play for the Yankees, which is hilarious.
I would love to see that if that would have happened. If they
did it right. Like, I mean, he went back to Cincinnati because he had family there. He's like, I'll take that contract. I think he probably could have got more money at the time, but he just family man.
Like, I always forget that he went back to Seattle for a couple years. I always thought that his career ended with the White Sox that 1 year.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is he was 30-90 at 19 homers. and I don't know, like, dude just can do it and just has the swing.
Did you see his batting practice in the World Baseball Classic?
Yeah, that's cool.
That swing will always work for him, dude. I feel like he could be 70 years old and he'll go out there and hit a couple of
And I think it's the way you're built. Like, I think you could take, like, even a supreme athlete, be like, swing like this, do this, couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Only Junior could swing like you could try to teach people like this is the greatest swing you could ever have to just jack ding-dongs. It's like, nope. It's just unique to you, which is also, I was thinking the other day, I drive around and think about baseball. So like I got in a semi-Twitter argument with Tom House because Tom House, kind of a famous, he's a Major League Baseball player, and then he was like a pitching coach for the Rangers and worked with Nolan Ryan, a real known arm guy, very scientific about arm stuff. And Tom House, and he's had different theories over the years. I think he's got some books out, and like, I'm not saying, but I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Tom House, his thing now is to teach all dudes to basically pitch exactly the same and have no windup. And I was like, man, that's heartbreaking, dude. This is like, that's just like the Dontrell Willises of the world and the Satchel Pages, all these crazy windups. That's cool, right? Just like step and throw. Is that like every major league pitcher is going to step and throw now?
I forgot who it is. He's playing right now, but he has a cool like sidearm pitch. And it's really fucking cool. I can't think of his name, but he doesn't go too low to the ground like a submarine pitcher would. No. He just kind of like throws it from his side.
National Pitching Association. I mean, he's a mechanics professor of throwing and all this, but his whole thing is like you really shouldn't have all these windups. But I'm like, I
don't like how you're trying to force something on somebody. Just let them naturally throw it. And then kind of work with that, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think a pitching windup is artistic in many ways.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But then he goes, why do you think it's artistic? And I go, dude, it's just as much part of the game as, the over-the-head whirlwind that Satchel did and all this other stuff. Like, it's the player's personality. And everybody's built the same. Like, some people, like, like going over the head, they're like, I just felt better for me and loosened up my arms.
Like, didn't Satchel Paige also have that kick?
Yeah, people got crazy leg kicks. Dude, like Jim Palmer. Look at the MILB Hat Billy Jim Palmer leg kick. That's crazy, dude. It's like, like everybody's going to be different. And I think to coach it out of people, you might lose something. It might feel better for them to do stuff that way, but I don't know.
But again, we know how we feel about those videos, those pitching gurus. Because we are working on a pitching video. It's coming at some point.
There are no gurus.
I'm a guru. Until
you are a guru, I'll say that.
I was a good reliever. The Texas Gator, dude, is a go-to pitch for me. Like you're getting a dude out with that.
The Gator. Let's see the Gator grip. I was like,
well, see, back in my day, I had a pitch called the Texas Gator.
Got to move this.
You take the laces like this, right?
Yep.
You got your two. Actually, that's a four-seamer. Hold on, what is this? No, that's a two-seamer. So you take a four-seamer. You take your two knuckles like this. Put it on there like this, and you sling it.
It's a Gator. Falls off a table. Like it's ball rolling off the table.
It's going to take... See, you got to put the pinky underneath for leverage so you can hold it. Now, it may take a while for you to, like, get that down as far as, like, form, but once you get it, you're good.
So hold that again. I had the image of the statistics in the way.
Now, you can either throw it four-seamer or two-seamer. It doesn't matter.
Like this.
Whatever you feel comfortable with. But, yeah... You do
It's like half of a knuckleball.
Yeah. So you put your two things like that. As long as these are right here, as far as like how else you position it, it doesn't matter. As long as the two knuckles are on the laces,
yeah,
you're good.
You built a career with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you didn't get drunk and punch out your AAA manager, you'd probably be in the Hall of Fame right now.
I also had a heavy, like when I planted my foot, it was I drove it into the ground really hard.
Yeah.
So doing that after a while kind of
hip problems.
Put some damage on that ankle. I don't have a good plant foot anymore. It caused me to go off. So now I have to start doing generic pitches like this. It's stupid, but you know how it is. I've thrown a couple to you. You couldn't hit them.
Oh, I can't hit you. I can't hit anything. Man.
Like you're a lefty, and I'm good against lefties, obviously.
Down and into a lefty, kryptonite. Right-handed slider down and left is fucking unhittable.
And nowadays, all you gotta do is pitch a fastball up high.
I don't really see. I know I would have never made it because I don't really see any good sliders until like D1 baseball. And if you came down and any of the sliders, it's game over. Fucking no answer for that pitch. No answer for that. Especially if you got a hard fastball, so you could tell last thing it was game over. 4 Ks in a game. It's ridiculous. That's good stuff right there, bud.
I've seen some pitchers have weird pitches where they barely even hold on to the ball and they're not able to sling it like this. Like look at that, man. But
I like it. Speaking of nastiness, River Monsters.
Season's opening game's Tuesday, right? First game.
That's right. Sters. There's the roster. If I can get the image up. Oh, for the ATG crew, we shall have the super secret TCL login. So here's what we did last year, and it's not like anybody's watching a show. But yeah, I mean, there's revenues trying to be made, so you just can't like hand it out. But we're gonna make sure those
what you're
get
saying,
in because they have added value with all their MLB show, Smokey Joe Williams stuff. The ownership of the River Monsters love that they want to give love back.
So what you're saying is they get a free subscription.
They're going to get a pass. We're
Yeah.
going to get them in. We want them to see the broadcasts and all the little secret places we're going to slip in ATG stuff. Because we restreamed on YouTube last year, and I think Facebook went down. I don't know if we can restream on Twitter now. They said they're getting, since Elon Musk took over Twitter, Twitter's doing better than Facebook. I don't really know. That's another thing interesting they said. They said the blue check was worth it. I haven't done it, but they said it was worth it.
Because you can delete tweets with that, I think, right? You can.
I don't know. Scotty was like, "It's worth it, dude. We get way
Not
more
delete tweets, you can
way more
edit
traffic
your tweets, I think.
for $8 a month. I mean, that's what I'm paying for that Spanish language channels I'm getting, and I can't get any LMB games, so maybe it's worth it. I don't know.
So yeah, that'd be nice free subscription to TCL.
We'll get them in. We'll get ATG crew in and Jake Whalen, MLB Hat Billy. I'll make sure everybody's getting in there. We got some good dudes on the roster. We talked about a lot of them last week, but I'm psyched for it. Media night Saturday night. We're gonna go live on 3BGB, doing some interviews with the players.
Do you have the list, by the way, with all the answers that the players asked, like their favorite movies and stuff?
No, I asked Scotty for that. He sent me the link that I forwarded you. He's like, you should be able to see their answers, but I couldn't see how to see their answers.
Well, I mean,
so.
I'm sure we could pull it up at the Saturday.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Because it's really cool. Cause
Media night was a goat rope last year, but that's because we had to edit. Here
Correct.
we're just gonna go live, no problem.
Because I remember last year I had like my pen and paper, and every time someone would answer, I'd write it down so I would know later on, like, oh,
Yeah.
this is who said this. This is okay. But
My big thing with these dudes, especially for calling the game, I was kind of interested in like the pitcher's repertoire.
yeah.
Because like you're up there calling fastball, changeup, slider, but some dudes have different. They like throw a sinker or something. You want to be able to speak educatedly about the guy's stuff. But yeah, dude,
that's where you come in.
I don't know. I mean, I want to give these all because it's not about. I got to learn. It's not about me. It's about these guys and try to promote other people. So it's just like
Jason said that's his team this year, Seguin.
the Sters, man.
Like I can tell you like what a pitch does, but like I'm not gifted enough to like see someone throw it and tell you what it was. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you can call it wrong. Like I'm going to be throwing a lot of Vaseline ball, KY ball, just when you don't know it's off speed, just for fun. But
that's the one thing I can't tell. I can't see a pitcher throw it and tell you what he threw. That's just not what I can do. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't play like on any level.
You can really only tell speeds sometimes, and then like if it's a big looping breaking ball or a really slipping slider. But guys got different grips. They're throwing knuckle curves. They're throwing sliders, slurves. Who knows?
But I could definitely come in there with a God damn, that was some heat.
That's right. You just give the color commentary. Talk about what you see. And that's all there is to it.
And I do love when there's an argument with the umpire. That's definitely makes for good commentary.
I don't know if you remember this, but last year, I think it was our very first game, the umpire was like maybe after the 6th inning down for the count with like overheated dehydration.
Yeah, I was there.
Remember that?
Yeah.
He just like, we're like in the box going, what's going on? Are they like arguing that last strike call? And the umpire is like walking over to our dugout. He's like bending over. People are talking to him. They're like pouring water on him. And I think he just like bounced, maybe like drove himself to an emergency room.
Didn't they only have like one umpire for the rest of the game?
Yeah, there's like one umpire for the last 3 innings because the home plate guy just like overheated. Smokey Joe was 100 degrees every year last year. It was awesome.
I will say this year though, the structure is obviously a lot better because they learned what they did last year. But I saw the interview with the manager. He's
Tony Perez is a great manager.
He's definitely going to get these dudes in check. I do like his statement of like, we're here to win. Like, we're here to win the championship.
Statement.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just it's tough, man. It's like the reason I love
around and find out
Mike G and Scotty so much is because of how much, and honestly losing money, but how much hard work they put into bringing like summer college baseball, which is for the players, for the league, for the city of Seguin. They just put in a ton of hard work and brought a pretty good product. And yeah, there's some issues last year, but man, that was a lot of hard work. But
you can also see their passion for the sport,
which helps. Baseball,
which helps, right? Which helps as a team.
And a lot of these dudes, it's always interesting watching the TCL because of the prospects. I mean, the list of TCL guys that went to the show is interesting, but it's fun to watch them now, right? And say like you could see Jose last year, you're like, that guy's our best hitter, and somebody needs to pick up on him, and sure enough, they did. So
you can just tell, when someone's really good.
Some of these dudes are elite playing at this level, and they're next level guys, so that's the fun of it. But
you can say, hey, I saw this guy playing, and he was in a summer league in college, and now he's playing in MLB.
That's how I feel about it. I feel like some of our pitchers and some like guys like that, you'd be like, if that guy was in MLB in like 3 or 4 years, you're like, dude, I saw that guy. Yeah. I did like a post-game interview with that guy. It'd be so much fun.
And what was crazy is like some of the losses they weren't even big losses. They lost by a run or two, so it wasn't like they were getting blown out. They just,
Yeah, I mean, we were there, but I thought, and this is why Tony's going to be such an awesome. I wonder if they have the coaches on the website too, because we got a good pitching coach this year.
Tony Barrett. Oh, did you see their segment? Him and Scott on the Take Two podcast they did.
On the Sters?
Yeah, they did. They interviewed Scott and the manager Tony.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, it Takes Two. They did like a little podcast with them.
So there's Tony, legend. Oh, we don't have the assistant coach.
You know what? You know what that is right there? A face of a goddamn winner.
It's the face of a Greek god, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, the dude's positivity and baseball knowledge are just unchartable. It's so
because
awesome.
if your manager's like negative, the whole team's gonna be that way.
Yeah, the vibe pervades. So, but he's just bringing a positive vibe and a lot of baseball knowledge, and he already, like, what killed us last year was the base running and the first and third defense and just keeping them from running freely. So I think that's going to be.
But hey, dude, they had some delicious food though.
Yeah.
That pizza place,
Boss's was great.
That was so good, dude. And dude, the slices were huge, dude.
We went to a meeting at Boss's, and it was like in New Braunfels. It was the most retro, like like I went to that pizza place when I was 13. It was so perfectly. It was awesome.
The name itself kind of gives away for a retro look.
Yeah, it was cool. They had all the video games, like old stand-up video games. They had the good ice, the good little crushed ice.
Oh, you like the crushed ice?
That like sucks up the Dr. Pepper, and it's all juicy ice. That's so good.
Do you just eat the ice afterwards?
Yeah, it's just the greatest.
I used to do that when I was a kid. Like I would go to Oklahoma, and my great grandma would make some tea, and they had the ice that was, I don't know what it was, but it was squared ice, but it would soak in the flavor of the tea.
Yeah.
And dude, you just eat the ice. Oh man, ice tasted like sweet tea. And I don't know about how the rest of the world is, but fucking Southern sweet tea is ridiculous. Way too sweet sometimes. You know?
Let's go to ATG. Always check in with ATG. We watched 161 before the show. It was awesome.
That was the one with the kaboom beer.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
I want to know who was it that sent those cards to them? Trey Roberts. Like, what
Trey
is
sent Trey's
what does he
collector.
do? Like, those cards are expensive.
Trey Roberts.
He's got to have some bling.
All right, so here's what I know about Trey Roberts, and I don't know if Trey's listening, and he's like, don't tell anybody this. As far as I know, he's a shipping magnet. Like these massive freighters that like go through. Like, remember that freighter got shipped that like got stuck at the Red Sea?
Yeah.
Okay, so like there's companies that own all these ships that just like carry everything around the world, billions and billions of dollars in commerce. And I believe Trey owns at least 2 shipping companies. He's worth about, I don't know, $12 billion. And he said to me, this is what Trey said to me. He's like, you know when that Evergreen freighter got jammed and was like holding up shipping in the Red Sea? I was losing $60 million a day. So I think he might have enough money to buy
what I heard
baseball.
What I heard as well, I don't know if this is true. Don't quote me on this. But I heard that he lost $10 million. And his response was, no big deal. It's just $10 million. No big deal.
Trey was like, don't tell people I have all these shipping companies. That's fine. Get baseball cards if you got that kind of coin.
He's
The other thing that Trey doesn't want you to know is when you have that kind of dollars, you will go to Macau and play high stakes poker for just millions of dollars.
There's a lot of things I've heard about this guy. I also heard, and this is stupid, but his favorite snack is what do you call it? Celery and ranch. I'm like, really, dude?
Yeah.
You have that kind of money and you're eating celery and ranch for a snack? You can afford anything you want.
One other thing, and I don't know.
Come on, Trey.
I don't know if you remember this, but we met Trey before we met Trey because.
Really? Oh yeah, we went to Trey Roberts Fried Chicken. Yeah.
Well, no, it was
in Crowder.
It was in like Hong Kong, and then we like took Nakatomi's boat over to Macau, and Nakatomi got shit faced on scotch.
Rich Uncle Trey.
He got shit, like Nakatomi was just shit faced, and we're like, dude, you don't want to play cards right now. You're gonna lose so much money. And he went in there, and he lost like $6 million in like 5 minutes. And Trey was sitting at that table.
I didn't know that was Trey at the time.
And then we saw Trey again.
That's
I was
right,
like, I know you from somewhere. High stakes poker player.
Oh, the guy that was in the hat. That was him.
Yep.
Okay, now I know.
That was like 4 years before. Yeah, so.
That was before we were even in school. Before we went to college.
But guys like Trey and Nakatomi, they got money to lose at those kind of tables. I'm just lucky if I can like hold the door open and get like a free Dr. Pepper out of the mini bar.
Because 4 years ago I had just turned 21, so I was only able to get in there barely. I just turned 21, so they only let me into the gambling area.
When you roll with ATG crew, that's how things kind of go. It's international. It's high stakes.
Let's not forget
runs the gamut
that ATG people, they have money. They just don't like to flash it. They lay low. They stay chill. They're like, we don't need to flash our money. Like, dude.
But you can get, Jackie Robinson.
Here's what I've noticed.
These baseball cards
about ATG and why how they have billions of dollars. Every episode they have a new hat. You think hats are cheap? No, they're not.
A lot of that's gifted though. They have a lot of sponsorship push.
Like especially those special edition hats they have. Those are like usually close to $50 a piece, and like you wear, one a week, and how many weeks? Yep. Yeah, dude. They have a lot of money.
So, yeah, check out ATG 161. Don't tell anybody what Trey Roberts is worth, but don't worry about security because you ain't kidnapping him. He's got about a 40-man detail.
Because let's be honest, ATG stands for all the gold. They've got all the gold, man. They're gold rich.
But ATG stuff is out. There's some good stuff there. Also, it's hilarious is Jake's doing some really funny stuff on Twitter with this crash. They'll throw up these little highlights of these video games, just cars just getting destroyed, which I personally enjoy. And then always give love to Hat Billy, Jake Whalen. Always, his stuff is hard.
I always like to give a shout out to Dr. Sublime with his sick creations.
Yeah, Dr. Sublime,
sick creations.
Trey Roberts. Give the push. Seguin River Monsters.
You could take a picture of some random dude on the street, give it to him. He'd create a player that looks just like him.
I really want to watch. I digress. I won't find it. Is the Daryl Porter one? Torment. You tell me you don't want to watch this. Oh, here's one I do want to give. I'm just saying. I don't know if they're biting. Look at those glasses, by the way. Those are strong. Daryl Porter, but. You make a great video like The Grand Illusion which is hilarious. You're talking about the river, like the Styx album. It's like that's how obscure MLB Hat Billy gets on his stuff. But and not that it's exclusive to him, but I can't tell if that there's another Twitter channel that stole maybe his pick play and brought it up and they didn't credit him. So
I would say
maybe
because this guy clearly does a lot of research before he does these videos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when he narrates, he clearly knows what the fuck he's talking about. Hey, shout out to Baltimore this year. They're fucking balling, dude.
Yep.
The Orioles are balling.
Baltimore's good in the NL or the AL East.
They have a stellar pitching staff too, man. Like
Stuff.
The Rays, when we played them, we struggled, dude. Like.
Who was? I gotta find the MLB Hat Billy. There's all the crazy like fake strippers. Like Sabine Pettyman followed me. Yes, she did. Little hooker.
Damn.
Little hookers.
She's a hoskie.
I don't know. I bet you anything. I don't know. Half these people are. But it's always cool when like the players fly. I always like to see what these college.
That could be a real person right now. She might come on the podcast and leave a comment and be like, "How dare you slander my name?"
She's like, "I'm not. I'm a grad student at Harvard.
Like
I went to Princeton with Dutch. I mean,
like I'm a 6-figure a year person. Like how dare you?" I'm like, "I'm sorry. I didn't know. Go eat your celery sticks and ranch."
There we go. There it is. Let's get to the show.
So are those like
James Christopher? Look at that.
Are those gonna be hats that you can buy, or are they just like for the players?
That's awesome. Look at that. I'm gonna retweet that. That's great.
There's my dude right there, Millings. Dudes
are in town. Then they came down and get the footage.
Yeah.
That dude's gonna be the stud for us. Let's go back and see the hair though. So we'll go to the roster. Let me find the roster again. This dude, I'm so psyched. I mean, I'm psyched for all the guys, but Millions. Gavin Millions, dude.
That's my
Shorter University.
That's my dude right there.
There's Gavin with the big.
You know how I knew he was fucking cool as shit? He's wearing checkerboard slip-ons.
That dude. That dude
awesome
is gonna be. Yeah, look at that.
Those checkerboard
Gavin
slip-ons.
Millions, legend. Gavin Millions is a legend already. Before the season starts,
I haven't spoke a single word to the guy. And I already know he's going to be my favorite player.
Oh, did this game already happen?
It happened yesterday, dude.
No, Charlotte. Wait, this is 2 hours ago. Did we get eliminated already?
Looks like they...
Because we played
Not a good look.
Middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think that's the season. They got to get in at large bid now.
Oh, yeah, they play their games early as shit, don't they?
Yeah, the conference tournament. Oh, dude, that's Payne. Max Payne. Damn. We would have thrown Simon Miller and all the studs. We would have thrown the kitchen sink today because you can't get double eliminated in that tournament. So I think UTSA is out of the Conference USA tournament if I'm seeing the Charlotte game right. But I think that's a good ball club. But they took the DBU series and the shorts. They kind of bounced back with the La Tech. They took 2 out of 3 on the road. But then you got to get in that large bid, which they might get. But they got hosed last year, and they finished hotter.
Here's my.
They were ranked longer this year. Go ahead.
Here's my comment on this.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't realize they were playing this morning. We could have had that on.
Like you can't complain about not being put into the tournament last year, and this year lose both games in your conference tournament. You know, that just goes like I'm not saying they don't deserve to be in, but I'm just saying like that's not a good look for you. You know,
yeah.
Texas State is winning top of the 4th 5-1 against Georgia State in the elimination game. But yeah, as a UTSA fan, you know that's got to be tough for you.
I don't know what to say. I mean, I think you're eliminated from my understanding of the CUSA tournament. So you got to hope for at-large bid. You got Blue Falcon last year, but you didn't finish super hot this year. So I'm a huge Hallmark supporter, and I support all those dudes out there. I think Luke Malone, Sammy, Slam and Sammy, and there's just some studs out there. Josh Clean.
It was definitely interesting reading the comments from like the game, like from the UTSA people. None of them had any like positive things to say, like, oh, hopefully we get that large bid. They just were all like, yeah, we're over, we're done. Like,
nah, dude. I think we're still in. I mean, you're ranked for as long as we were ranked. There's still a chance, but you control your own destiny. If you win the conference tournament, which is what I was hoping for, so you wouldn't get Blue Falconed. And I don't know if you don't get the selection this year if you call it a Blue Falcon. Last year, I 100% because the RPIs are different. RPI is bullshit, but they basically Southern Miss got the at-large, or maybe DBU did, but UTSA took it to everybody last year. So anyway, I digress. That sucks. Where was I going? I don't know. I got bits if you want me to go, but I got random saber. I don't know if it has any value or not. But the Grand Illusion and ATG are the guys you need to be with.
All the gold.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll just keep my trap shut, and we'll wrap there, dude. I think that's the way to do it. Get some outro going.
Got a little later start today, which was actually not really. Kind of started normal time.
This is the outro music.
You were at the little kids' little event today.
Yeah, a kid's singing this morning. Uncle Trey, don't come asking him for money. He's not trying to ship around the world for...
Uncle Trey.
You know? He ain't busting his ass so you can live off his dime. Gotta make your own dollars in these worlds.
He'll give you a loan, but the interest is going to be fucking like 20%.
Yeah.
That's how he makes his money. High interest rates.
It's good stuff. Dutch Chattahoochee killing it. ATG crew, MLBers, Seguin Sters. Check out Media Night. There's no given schedule for that. It's Saturday night.
Shout out to State of the Franchise Gaming. He has a new podcast out that's really cool. Good gameplay on his YouTube channel when he plays MLB The Show. Anybody else trying to think of? I'm sure I'm going to forget somebody because there's like a lot of people to remember, but
it's the give love. It's the give love portion of the show. But yeah, Sters. Media Night's going to go roughly about 7 dudes. Will be like just kind of rotating out. I think if they're practicing and take a BP.
Are we live streaming that or?
Yeah, got to live stream it.
Okay.
Last year we never even got it up because it just took all the edit. We got all this footage and sound was fucked up. So as long as we set it up like the podcast, we should be able to get three 3+ questions per dude. If they say something interesting, go down the rabbit hole with them. See how they're feeling about the season. But it's just maybe player commentary, color commentary on these dudes on who the Sters are this year. Hopefully make them feel good about the organization and the upcoming season.
I want to see some checkerboard slip-on cleats. That could be signature cleat, man.
That's $1 million idea.
I'm not saying you can judge a man based on a shoe selection, but sometimes you can. Sometimes you can.
It's gonna look at you. Take a look at this outfit today.
Do I talk about it? I mean...
Yeah, talk about it.
So, I got a white long-sleeve shirt with a black tie.
Sharp.
A white and black sweater vest with my ATG baseball hat on.
Yep.
I mean...
One of the greatest things going in baseball, ATG, frankly. That's a sharp look right there. Did you acquire this sweater recently?
Yeah, I ordered the tie and the sweater this weekend.
Is that going to become a regular thing? Because you wear all kinds of stuff. I kind of like it.
I do. I did buy another. I do have another outfit lined up for next week if we do it here or wherever. I don't know, but okay. I definitely have another outfit. Because I like dressing nice. I just never do it because it's a lot of work. You know.
It's good stuff, man. I like it. Makes us look professional. If I could figure out cool filters. There's got to be a filter. It's got to be a weird filter, right? I don't want that one.
That picture's funny.
There's got to be a weird filter we can put on this one.
Come on down to Seguin, man. We hook you up for free, I'm sure. Come on down and come on in to Seguin. We got tickets. We got stuff. You know.
What is that? I don't know.
What if I sold my tickets? I would do that.
Audio, video filters.
I like the outro music. It's popping right now.
Yeah, outro music's killing it. Cancel.
I will say another little thing I got going. My wife said I look like a Easter basket or Easter eggs. No, she said I look like a peep, like those marshmallow peep candy things.
Yeah.
So be prepared for that.
You look like that?
No, not with this, but the thing I have at home.
Lil McKee.
She said I look like a peep.
Sure.
I'll take it though. I like peeps. You know what I'm saying? You can't really tell, but I love bright. I like a lot of colors. I don't put that in my wardrobe. But yeah.
That doesn't do anything. Just can't do fun ones. You can't do fun overlays.
I'm sure you can download some, like an add-on or whatever it's called.
Color key, color correction.
Because chroma key is what you can use for green
Image mask
screens.
blend. That sounds like opacity. There you go.
Oh
Doesn't
yeah.
do anything. I don't know.
Because if we had a green screen, you could use that chroma key thing, and that's how you fuck with it.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, chroma key.
So much
Like
to learn.
with Audition, you literally just go to chroma key, you apply that filter, and then you select the eyedropper tool and select the green, and whatever that green is selected, it'll put the image in.
It's amazing.
You could probably do it with any color if you were just gonna be stupid, but yeah.
I like it. All right, let's put everybody up last, and then we're gonna outro. Thanks for tuning in, whoever did. Bonnie, you're a legend.
Samantha was listening.
I don't even want to talk about Bonnie's finances because
He's loaded, dude. I mean,
Dude's
like we
legend.
said, all the gold. He's got a stockpile of gold.
I don't know if Bonnie's loaded. I heard that,
Well-
dude was worth about $17 million, and then he shorted the stock market and lost everything.
Like, do you think that?
Sorry for saying that.
Do you think
Bonnie,
the
that's
move
what I
from
heard.
Kansas City to Alabama was just something they wanted to do? No, dude. Some shit went down, and
Yeah.
he had to get out. I support his decision.
Yeah.
I really do.
This is, again, rumors, but it was like he's had $17 million. Family's doing great. Bonnie's like, he's like, dude, this fucking VHS videos and Blockbuster going to the moon. I mean, it's going to basically take it over. It's the next Amazon. It's
Yeah,
the
chroma
next,
key is awesome.
It's the next Amazon. And they're like, maybe not all eggs in one basket. It's $17 million. And he's like, no, I'm convinced Blockbuster's the future. And he just went long.
But see,
Just went long.
when something blows up, it goes kaboom. And his daughter was like trying to warn him, like, kaboom, the market's gonna blow up. Do not invest. And
Yeah.
you can't blame the guy, but it might have been the wrong decision.
But
on
he
his
made
part.
it. He made
Yeah.
a lot of it back
Yeah.
the old-fashioned way with elbow grease, my friends. So,
Yeah.
but congrats to Jake getting in University of Alabama and everything's going on. The ATG guy, they really make baseball fun for us, frankly. And to Judge Chattahoochee, who's making my dreams come true, and my Hot Billy, who gave us some push even though we fucked up that show's audio, and the Seguin River Monsters, Scotty and Mike G.
We messed it up.
Till next time.
We messed it up.
There's about an hour and 45 minutes of fucking baseball rabbit holing. And that's what you do.
Correct.
And you're the legend.
Kaboom!
Well, I guess I gotta
gonna
push
steal that
stop
from
going
them.
live. Stop going live. Something like that. There we go. End stream. See y'all later.